Hello. Power is not your title and it's not your net worth. Power, it's what emanates from you when you walk in a room. It's what causes people to notice somebody significant just walked in the room. Yet there's different ways that power gets shown. There's different ways that power gets experienced. That if you walk in a room and you are absolutely comfortable in your own skin, because you know who you are, not what your job is, not what your title is, you know who you are, you're seen in a dramatically different way. However, when you walk in a room as an authority, but you've been living in burnout and doubt or behind a mask, people feel that too. They know that. There becomes respect for your title, respect for your level of success, perhaps, but who you are is invisible because what they see is this powerful man or woman in this powerful position, but they don't really see you. And they know that what is defining you is your role. You're not what is defining you at that moment in time, and they see it. So this is substance, the credibility isn't really there in the negotiation, and it's not really there in the relationship. Because what they see sitting in front of them is a position in a company or a position in a family. They don't see you. It's amazing because we haven't been taught that. We've been taught that power is simply power. I'm a powerful person. And do you know who I am? I'm the president of, or I am the father of, or I am the wife of. It doesn't matter what it is, or the owner of. All of that's irrelevant. All of those are simply titles. And power beyond that title is the real power. It's the authentic power. It's the power people get to relate to, and it's the power you actually get to own. So often with my clients, I will refer it to the power of the I am. I know who I am, and in that, not what I do, not what my role is, but who I as a human being am. I know who I am. That power is absolutely amazing. And there's a massive difference because when you own that power, you never use force or will. You don't need it. You don't want it. Force exhausts you. Having to be a force in the room, having to force your will, having to force your values, or having to force your agenda is exhausting. And it says nothing about me in relationship to you or you in relationship to somebody else. All it says is, I am here and you will. That force causes people to go into reaction. And they end up either trying to acquiesce to you so that you will approve of them and perhaps treat them with some level of respect and dignity and raise them up to wherever it is they want to go. Or they shrink. Or they tell you what they think you want to hear. Force does not create a healthy, workable relationship at home or at the office. However, power calls great respect from everybody. Authentic power, that I am power, calls people to truly want to hear what you have to say, to truly want to feel your presence when you walk in the room, because you walk in with the certainty, but yet comfort. You walk in with an awareness, not just of you, but of everybody else in the room, because you're not so caught up in the need to have force over, which makes who they are irrelevant. When you are in power, the people in the room with you are important. When you own that I am, you recognize each of them has one as well. And it absolutely changes how you relate to people. It shows what happens when vitality and coherence are missing, because vitality and life, when that is consistent with you, there's a unity that's developed, there's a team that's developed, there's an us. not you and them. There's an us. It's a dramatically different feeling. You know, most all of us want to be felt. We want to be experienced. We don't just want to perform. Performance is exhausting. Performance in your position is exhausting. Performance with your title is exhausting. And you become invisible. I have found that at one of my companies where I would be on stage. And when I came off, I had somebody usually there to let a few people in that I could talk to. They could ask a question, but I would be hours there staying to talk to so many afterwards. And I realized they didn't see me. They saw that person on the stage. They saw the person who wrote that book or the person who had this company. They didn't see me. So my ability to truly impact them was great. Yes, it was wonderful, but it wasn't anywhere near what it could have been. And that's huge. That's huge because what happens is that when we recognize they put me on this pedestal, they put me on this place, and when I'm not aware of it, I end up standing from that place. And it really feels empty and you're invisible. Even with 1,000 people staring at you, you're invisible. And it hurts and it's lonely and it's exhausting. When we can step back and claim that power, all right, we recognize that we are absolutely in alignment. When we step back into the real power, we are in alignment with who we are, with our breath, with our voice, with our vision. It's so easy to share our vision. It's so easy to share our passion. It's so easy to share our thoughts because they aren't the thoughts we're supposed to have. They're the thoughts we do have. We get to share us. When we are absolutely empowered, far beyond the titles and the positions and the accolades, when we get to share that I am, not only does it change our position out there in the world, it absolutely changes our relationships with family, with friends, with lovers. Bringing that into the room speaks loudly and beautifully. The power beyond your title, when you don't need to prove anything, when you don't need to sustain an image, there's a real quiet resonance with somebody who owns who they truly are. See if that fits for you. Are you ready to get into that place where you claim the power that's authentically yours? Letting go of the title. Take some time to think about it. Take some time to sit with that. Prayer if you do, meditation if you do, walking out in the woods if that's what allows you the opportunity to just be. And take a look at how you use your power or how you hide behind all the titles you think should be respected. The titles are important, but what needs to be respected is you. Have a great day.